Oh, yeah. We will start in another 1 minute, guys.
Okay, sir.
So, any doubts as of now on the topics what we have discussed? Okay. Yeah. So today we are going to go a little more deep into those annotations part. Okay, and we are going to spend that bean annotation. What is the use of it? All of them we are going to discuss that. So how do we set up a new Maven project here? So file new Maven project. After that, we're adding some dependencies into pom.xml file. So the way we are adding is the context dependencies we are adding. Okay. So and after that, we are going to develop a program called as util.java. In util.java, we are just making one annotation called as component scan. And after that, in app.java, we are trying to have a program with a main method. And in that main method, we are trying to create the container object. Okay. So after that, we have started creating Spring Beans here. Okay. So how do you make a bean as a Spring Bean? Quick.
At configuration or at component?
Yeah. As of now, at configuration or component. But in future, can I use other annotations also in future or not?
Sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So services and all, we are going to do that. Give me some time. We are going to use them. After that, how do we supply the values for a bean?
At value annotation.
At value annotation. Okay. How do you change a scope?
At scope annotation.
Okay. How do you make a bean as a lazy bean?
At lazy init.
Yeah. At lazy. Yeah. So now tell me, there are some mandatory dependencies to be established. How do you do that?
At auto white.
Oh, no. My question is
at post construct.
Yeah, required annotation. But required annotation is deprecated from Spring
5.2.
5.1 itself. Okay. So that annotation is not there. So it's not recommended to use it. As an alternative to
at post construct annotation.
Yeah, at post construct annotation we can use it, or we can provide the implementation to an interface called as
initializing bean.
Initializing bean. Yeah, that's what we have seen, right? After that, how do we establish a dependency between two objects? By using one annotation called as
at auto white.
At auto wire. Only auto wire annotation or any other annotations we have?
It inject at resource.
Inject as well as
resource.
Resource annotations we are using it, right? So those are the annotations part which we are doing it. Okay. After that, we are discussing about the other annotations now. Okay. So now I have given a requirement. Okay, right? What is the requirement I have given? Employee is a class. Okay, developed by someone. When they develop this employee class, at that time annotations are not there here. So you assume like that. I have paid some money to this company, got the jar file, and this jar file is available in the class path. Okay. And in my project, completely I'm using only annotations. But when I use annotations, I'm using employee object here. Okay. Do you think that directly can I use auto wire like this, or we cannot use it?
We cannot use it.
We cannot. We have to import.
We cannot use it. May I know the reason why we cannot use this?
As that is not a Spring Bean.
It's not a Spring Bean. So obviously it is going to give an error message. Okay. Now one question. Which module of Spring we are discussing? Are we discussing core module, or are we discussing about JDBC and other modules?
Core module.
All modules.
All modules.
It looks like I'm discussing core module. Okay. But no. I'm discussing the next module's topics. Okay. Let me give you an idea here. To interact with JDBC in Spring, we are going to use a predefined Spring Bean called as JDBC template. So tell me, what is JDBC template?
It's a bean to interact.
It's a Spring Bean. Yeah, it's a Spring Bean. This is developed in the year of 2001. not 2021, 2001 means almost 20 decades, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 20 decades back they have developed it. Do you think that at that time annotations are there, annotations are not there?
Not there.
Annotations
Not
are
there.
Not there. And moreover, it's a old one. So generally people will not have a dare to touch that. We should not touch that. But in 2020, I am developing a new Spring project. Okay. In my project, I want to use this class. Do you think that Spring has given at configuration or they have not provided?
They have not provided
They have
as
not
it is
provided.
old class.
As it's a old class, they have not provided. But at any cost, I want to use that in my project.
Use
Yes,
import
sir.
operation.
Use import.
Yeah, use import. So now tell me, really, are we going to use all these scenarios or not?
Yes.
Yes. we will
Yes,
use.
sir.
That's very important. That is the reason spending a lot of time on this topic. You know one thing, if you understand this topic, JDBC 1 week means 6-7 classes. It will be over. But if you don't know this topic, JDBC takes time. Okay. Now think like this. May I know the reason why Spring Bean object creation is failed?
Unsatisfied dependency.
Unsatisfied dependency. No. At any cost, I want to create the object to employee also. Can you help me? How do we do that?
Use
At import.
At import. Okay. How many places I have to use this at import here? Only one place. If I do that, can I use in our complete project or on every? If I write employee.class here, object will be created. Can I use this in a phone class also? Yesterday I demonstrated here. Okay, fine. I'll show this again. Okay. Are we able to get that object or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This time, is the code will work?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Verify. Run as Java application. Code is working fine. Now, assume that I'm having another bean called as phone. This is also a Spring Bean. Make this as a Spring Bean at component.
Component.
Okay. Inside the phone also, I want employee object. Private employee. Tell me, how can I get that here? Again, at auto-wire. Do you think that if I do this at auto-wire, are we going to get the phone object? Or here also, again, I have to write import.
No
Again,
need.
Yesterday, last topic, this is the topic here. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Whether go to app.java. In app.java, get the person object here. Container dot get bean of person dot class. Phone dot class. Phone dot class. Semicolon control 1. We get the phone object. Okay, display that. Sysout of phone. Right click, run as Java application. Are we able to get the phone object or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Again, in the phone class, did I imported that import or not required?
No,
Not required.
So now tell me, if you want to use any class, any external class from outside, a third party class from outside, so how many times we have to import in our project? Only one time,
One
or
time.
we have to import that for multiple times?
Only one.
Only one time.
Only one time. If I import in one time, can I use this in any project or not?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yeah, we can use it. Excellent. Okay. So with that, can we use a class which is not a Spring Bean also into our project or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So perfectly we can use it. Okay. But there are some issues are there. Okay. Let's discuss about those issues. Sir, deleting all the programs. Okay, you guys has to try that. Delete. Click on OK. Phone also delete. I am not interested to delete employee class because changes comes in employee class. In employee class, what I want is there are no properties available, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go to employee class. Okay. Already property available here. One property is available. Sir, without e-number, I should not allow to create the container object. I should not allow to create person object. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Without container, we should not
E-number.
create
Employee
person
object.
object.
Employee object.
Okay. Generally, if it is a mandatory dependency, what we have to do?
Either implements initializing bean or
No. Is this a Spring or this is not a Spring?
no, it's not a Spring Bean.
It's not a Spring at all.
Injection.
Forget about Spring. Only one way. What is that? Constructor or not? Not
Yes,
required. Is this a
constructor.
Spring or is this a Spring or not a Spring?
Constructor
Not a
injection.
Spring Bean.
Not a Spring Bean.
Not a Spring at all. This is a normal class. So what I want to do here is I want to achieve that by using a constructor. Integer e-number. Inside this, I am going to write this dot e-number is equal to e-number. Okay. I will remove setters and getters. Can I?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So now tell me, really, is this a normal class or a Spring Bean?
Normal class.
Normal class.
It's a normal class, but this class is using any mandatory dependencies or not?
Yes, it is using employee number as mandatory.
Without employee number, can I use employee number class or we cannot use it?
We cannot use. There is no.
We cannot.
such,
No other
Think
way.
like this. Very good. Think like this. This class is developed in the year of 2001. Okay. So that is not a Spring at all. Now I'm developing a class called as address. Now address is a Spring Bean at component. Okay. Inside that, I want to have a variable private employee. Private employee. Now I want to get this employee object. Tell me, it's very easy. Go on top of that, write auto void. Sufficient or not? Do you think that is going to work or it will not work?
It will
Will
not
not
work.
work.
Will not work.
Excellent. Why do you think that it will not work?
As employee is not
Constructor.
Spring Bean.
Spring Bean.
Yeah.
So it
Spring Bean.
won't work.
Okay. Do one thing. If you want to run that and check it up. Run as Java application. When you run that as a Java application, he is trying to create object to which class?
Address class.
Address class. Is address class is successful or failed?
It's failed.
Failed. Because of which bean?
Employee Bean. Employee.
Because dependence.
Dependency. Here, read this error message. You understand? No qualifying bean of type.
Employee.
Employee.
No qualifying bean of type employee. Means what? Is employee available or employee not available?
It's not available.
Available. As employee is not available, it has failed. So can you find a solution for this? You already know the solution also.
import annotation.
Yes, very good. Use at import annotation. Import. Import. Okay. You asked me to use at import. I have done that. Okay. At import of which class? Employee.class. Okay. Now do one thing. Let me go to your app.java. Let's run that. So what is your expectation? Do you
Exception.
think that code is going to work or code will not work?
It will not-
Exception.
Exception.
As there is
As mandatory dependency is there.
Mandatory.
elements in the import annotation.
We'll see that. Now tell me, is it working or not working?
Not
Not
working.
working.
What is the problem? No qualifying bean of type integer available. Expected one bean qualifies auto while candidate. So are we end up with some problems or not?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you really think that at import annotation is going to solve the problem in all the scenarios, or it is solving the problem only if a bean is having default constructor.
It's,
Only if the bean is having default constructor. If I want to achieve mandatory dependency, is it happening or not? Is it doing it or it's not doing it?
it's not.
It's not working.
It's not working, right?
Yes.
To solve this, okay. So that is the reason 99.99% of the times we will not use a concept of import. Okay. Instead of that, we are going to use some other mechanism to achieve this particular dependency. You understand? So what is the problem of using import? If the bean is a normal bean, excellent. If this employee is a normal bean without mandatory dependence, excellent. If it is not a normal bean, if it is dependent on some other beans, or if it is a setter method injection is mandatory, then the program will fail or not?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you comfortable with the concept?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. For this, I'm going to give you one better solution here, which is very, very important. Let us see that. Let me go back to the basics again. Basic is what type of construct we have?
Default zero parameterized.
Zero parameters. Let me have setters and getters. So first I'm explaining this code with setter method injection. After that, we'll go with other dependency here. Okay. We call them as a factory beans here. Okay. So now tell me, is employee is a spring bean or it is not a spring bean?
Not a
Not
spring.
It's not a
Spring
spring bean.
Not a spring bean. Developed by a third party team. Okay. But I want to use that inside address class or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. On top of address class, I'm using AutoWire. But whenever I use AutoWire on top of address class, that is not becoming
Spring bean.
spring bean. So it is throwing an error message. To solve this, what we are going to do now is we are going to develop something called as factory classes. What is it?
Factory
Factory
classes.
classes.
Okay. It's very easy to do that. Okay. Simple. Whichever the class you want to create the object and hand over it to a container, for that class, you need to develop a factory class. The way we are going to do that is, okay, to which class we want to use that here? Employee class, right? So what am I going to do is new class, new class. Okay. Class name is going to be employee controller. Factory. What is the class name?
Employee factory.
Employee factory. Click on finish. Okay. So the first thing what we have to do is make this bean, this factory also as a spring bean. The way we do it is at configuration. Okay. This is mandatory to do it. Okay. Inside this, I need to develop one factory method. Generally, what is a factory method? A method which returns an object.
Object.
Object is called as a factory. Okay. Now tell me, which object is expected by the Spring? Spring is expecting you to give which object?
Employee object.
Employee
Employee.
factory object.
So not employee factory object, employee object.
Employee.
So this employee factory class is going to create which object?
Employee.
Employee. Yeah. You can give any name to this. Create employee. Okay. What is the name we have given for that? Create employee. Inside that, you create manually you create the object. Control 1. Okay. And return employee. Okay. Now tell me, why am I manually creating the object here?
As that is not a spring bean, so we need employee object.
Okay. Manually I have created. But after I create this, what I want to do here is, from now onwards, who should use this object? Whether I have to use this or Spring has to use this.
Spring has to use that.
But Spring doesn't know that about this object. So somehow, do I need to inform to Spring or not?
Yes, sir.
What I have to inform to Spring?
To make use of this employee object.
Employee. From now onwards, I am not responsible for employee object. You only manage it. If someone calls employee object, you take this object, you give it to him. Okay. So first time only we are responsible. To inform to the Spring like that, we use one annotation called as @bean. What annotation?
At bean.
@bean. So now tell me, can anyone help me to explain this code? What are we doing there? I don't understand that. No. Okay, do one thing. Remove the code. Let's hundreds of times I'm going to write down this code in a course. Okay, without this code, I'll not be able to work. Okay, let us start the code again. Now, what is the target? When are we taking this approach? There are some Spring Beans. There are some classes which are not
Spring Beans.
Spring Beans.
Which are not Spring
What?
Beans.
Which are not Spring Beans. Yeah. If it is a old Spring Beans, if it is a old technology, what I used to do is, even if it is not a Spring Bean, I used to go to XML file. I used to configure that. Whenever I configure a class into XML file, whether it will become a Spring Bean or not.
Yes.
But today, are we using XML? Are we using annotations?
Annotations.
Annotations. If I use annotation, I want to make that as a Spring Bean, but this is a old class. So whenever you got a old class, first task is develop a factory class.
Factory class.
And inform Spring created object.
Develop
Make
a
a
factory
Spring
class. Okay. In that factory class, what is the code we have to write?
A factory method.
You have to make it a Spring configuration.
Factory method.
In that factory
Factory
class,
method.
you have to write factory method. Okay. That factory method returns one object. After you return the object, on top of the method, we
Yeah.
have to use one annotation. Which annotation?
At bean.
At bean.
Bean. Yeah, guys, take the control. Now you understand the concept, right?
Yes.
You help me the code line by line.
Yes. Public class.
Public
Yes.
class,
Employee factor.
employee factory. Now one question here. Is it mandatory that the class name has to be employee factory only?
Not like that. We can.
But for easy readability, we can follow the naming conventions.
Tomorrow someone sees that, they should understand this is a factory class. For that reason, I'm using a class name called as employee factory. Are we clear?
Yes.
Yes.
After that, what is the next step?
Okay, create a factory.
Create a factory method.
Make it a Spring Bean.
Make it as a Spring Bean.
Make it as a Spring Bean. How do we do that?
At bean.
At component or at
Create,
configuration.
At component or at configuration. At configuration. Anything is fine. At configuration. Okay. Okay. Done that. Then what we have to do?
Create one factory method.
Write a
Create one?
factory method.
Factory method.
Public,
So help me.
Public. Employee.
Public
Employee.
employee.
Create employee object.
Create
Any method name is fine. Okay.
Create employee object.
Create
employee.
employee object. Create employee object. Okay. Sir, inside that, you have to create the employee object.
Yes.
Okay. So, and we have to return this object.
Yes.
Okay. We are returning the object.
employee.
Return employee. Okay. Do you have any doubts in this method?
No.
No.
And how to spell
Okay.
that.
Now, whenever I say return employee, what are we doing now is we are handovering this object to whom?
In container.
Container. So from now onwards, who should take care of this employee object?
Spring.
Container.
will take care of.
Container. Okay. But how do we inform to the container? Hey, container, from now onwards, you have to take care of this bean. How do you inform to that?
At bean.
At bean annotation.
Bean annotation.
At bean. I know there are so many doubts will come because the doubt is, Sumant, okay. Okay. Now one question here. Whenever I use at bean, can I consider this method as a Spring Bean now?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Whether every Spring Bean will have an ID or not?
Yes.
ID.
Yes. Yeah. Every Spring Bean will have an ID. Okay. Do you think that, every Spring Bean will have a scope also or not?
Yes.
Yes.
I know. Those are the doubts. I'm going to clarify now. Okay. Give me some time for that. So with that, we are ready with the factory class. Now tell me, how many times we are going to create these factory classes here?
Only
Only
one
one.
time.
One
Only
time.
one time.
Only one time. If it is a constructor taking parameters also, I can supply them here. No need to worry about that. Okay. Now, what am I going to do now is go to address.java. Do you think that directly can I use that over here?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, let's do one thing. Let's have a let's have a toString method. Okay, I'm having a toString method. Now go to your app.java, get address object and display that. Come on, help me quick.
Container.getBean of
Get bean of.
Employee.
Oh, at import annotation.
address.
Are we using at import or we are not using an import?
We're not using.
We are
We are not
using.
using. We are.
We are
That's
using.
why we are
Whatever
using
the
the factory class.
Whatever the technique which we have learned, that is alternative to
Import annotation.
Import.
Yes.
import annotation.
One thing is for testing, shouldn't we remove it from the address class? Because we are testing employee factory type, right?
Okay. No. We are creating object to employee factory, but employee factory is going to give me which object?
Employee object.
Employee.
Okay, you'll understand, Geeta. Just give me 5 minutes of time. You'll understand. Now go to employee.app.java. So here what I have to do now?
Container.getBean.
Employee factory.
Not employee factory. I'm not interested in employee factory at all.
Address.
Address.
I'm interested
Address.
only on address. Address.class. Okay, control 1. Okay, I got the address object. Okay, what is your expectation? If I got the address object, do you think that am I going to get employee object also?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes.
Okay, let's verify that. Okay, go to app.java, right click, run as Java application. When I run that as Java application, I'm getting some errors here. Okay, read the error message here.
No unique bean definition exception.
We're
Found
creating
to.
with the found to.
Why-
So
what-
we used import annotation on top of address.
That's what I was
Oh,
saying.
it is there. Oh, sorry.
That's what I was saying
That's a
last
mistake.
time.
Oh, sorry. I overlooked it. I thought I have removed it. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. That's an alternative. Yeah, we should not use both here. Okay. Run as Java application. Yep. Are we able to get the employee object, address object or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Whenever I'm getting the address object, did we got the employee object also or not?
Yes.
Yes.
So now tell me, how many ways are there to use external classes as a Spring Beans into Spring project by
Two
using
ways.
annotation?
Two ways.
What are the 2 ways?
At
At
import.
import annotation,
Import.
employee
Okay.
Factory class.
Factory class. Okay. More work is with the factory class here, but that is the best recommended way to do that. Okay. You will understand why why it is the best way to do that and all. You will understand that right now. Okay. Let us do one thing. Can I say like, okay, 1 minute. Go to the documentation here of this bean. Okay. Go to employee factory. Okay. I want to see the documentation of bean. Place the mouse cursor. When I place the mouse cursor, I'm getting the documentation, right? Just scroll down, see the documentation here. When you see this documentation, whenever I write a bean, this is equivalent. This method alone is equivalent to a tag called as what tag?
Bean tag.
Take an X.
Bean tag. Do you understand this point?
Yes, sir.
So we are writing an alternative for XML. So from today onwards, whenever you write the bean tag, internally what you have to think, if you know XML, what you have to think, you should think that I'm
Yeah.
making this class as a
Spring
Bean. Spring bean.
Spring Bean. Okay. Generally, whenever you give a Spring Bean, whenever you configure a bean into Spring Bean configuration file, are we going to have an ID or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Do you think that in this example, whether I have given ID or they have only has taken that ID?
They have taken the
default
ID method name as ID.
They have taken that ID. But I want to know what is that ID they have taken automatically. Okay, let's do one thing. This time, I don't want to ask the container directly give me address object. I want to, can I ask container directly to give employee object also now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
ask that. Now, let us say
Container.getBean of.
container.getBean. GetBean of, directly I can say employee.class. No. I'm not interested in that approach. I want to give an ID and get that. Okay. The reason why I want ID is I want to know the bean name.
Method
Okay.
name as bean name.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. whenever I use at configuration on top of a class, if I don't give an ID, what ID they are taking?
Class name as class name with
name as
camel
ID.
place.
Now also answer. Without any ID, I'm giving a bean. So tell me what they'll do.
Method name as ID.
They're going to take method name as
ID.
ID. Are you guys comfortable with what is happening in the back?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
What is?
If will not provide the ID, they will take by default the method name as the ID name.
Method name as ID name. I need a proof.
Like we have to call using container.getBean.
Bean of create employee.
Using
Create
ID and
employee.
Employee.
Yeah, create employee. Okay, go here. Create employee, comma. Let me write employee.class also here, so that no need to typecast it, right?
Okay, sir.
Come on here.
Yes,
You know
sir.
this, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Employee class. Okay. Now check it up. Sys out of employee. Just checking whether it is working or not. Okay. Right click on this. Run as Java application. When I run that as Java application, are we able to get the employee object or not?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. So now tell me, if I use a factory bean with a bean annotation, by default, what is a bean ID?
The
Method.
method.
Method name. No. I don't like that here. I don't like that here. I want to use my own method name.
Maybe,
So my own ID.
some elements are there.
Some
Yeah, check it out.
Parenthesis control space.
Parenthesis, control space,
Annotation as ID.
Name.
Name.
name. Okay. Watch here. Auto-wire candidate, destroy method, init method, name. Okay, let's do one thing. Use that name. Name equal to.
Employee.
Give a better name here.
Employee.
Give a employee. Generally, what is the style we are following while giving a bean ID here? We are following a style of same class name or not?
Yes.
Yes.
So what is the class name here? Employee object we are
Employee.
creating. So that is the reason I love to create an object called as employee object. Yeah. Are you comfortable with this concept?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay. Now go to app.java. Run this program. Do you think that code will run or code will fail?
Code fail.
It will fail.
Yeah, very good. I want to see that failure. Run as Java application. Yeah. Code has been failed or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to, may I know the reason why it is failed? There is no bean
As-
with the name.
Create employee.
Yeah. Change it and show me.
Employee.
Employee.
Changes to employee.
Employee. Okay. Save it. Okay. This time, do you think that is going to work now?
Yes.
Run as Java application. Okay. When I'm running that as Java application, are we able to get the object or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So now tell me, whenever we are developing a factory bean, by default, if I don't give any bean ID, what is the default bean ID?
Method name.
Method name.
Method name. Okay. But if you want to give your own bean ID, what to do now?
By using name element, we can provide the name.
Yeah. By using name element, we can provide it. But generally, hey, writing like this, it's not looking good, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's fine. There is no doubt on that. Generally, what I want to do is I don't want to write more code here. So technically, what I'm planning to do now from now onwards is instead of writing this bean name, I don't want to write that bean name here, but I want the bean name as employee.
Change the method
Can
name
change
to
the method
Such an
name.
annotation like be at ID.
No, I don't want to touch that. See, writing all that extra stuff is giving a more burden to the people or not.
Yes.
Yes.
We can change the method name to employee?
Yes.
Excellent. Change the method name to employee. Most of the times when I develop the factory class, I will develop the factory class name like this. Whatever the return type, that return type only I will give this as
Method name.
Method name.
method name. So is this looking clean or create employee with name is looking clean?
This code is clean.
clean.
This is code. Okay. So are you guys comfortable with the concept of developing the factory classes now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you really understand, okay, do me one small help. Now tell me, JDBC template is a class developed in the year of 2001. But today, I want to use JDBC template into my project. But today, my project is completely using annotations. Okay, so can you guys help me? How can I use this class into my project?
Create a factory class
Factory
and
class.
write a factory method on top of bean annotation.
Yeah. Can you help? Can you please help me to write the code? One sample, show me.
Yes. Public class JDBC template factory.
JDBC template factory. Okay, fine. On top of that,
It configuration.
Configuration.
if you don't write this configuration, it will not work here. I'll show you. I forgot to show you that. I'll show you that again. Help me next.
Public
Hmm.
JDBC template.
Here, you have to write the return type as the method which you want to, object which you want to return. What is the return type?
JDBC template. JDBC template. Method
Oh,
name.
again, capital or small?
Lowercase.
Camel case. Sir.
Lowercase, camel case. JDBC template. Inside this, on top of this, what we have to do?
At bean.
At B. Inside that, what we have to do?
New JDBC template.
New JDBC template of JDBC template of JDBC template. Any name is fine. Okay, I'll write on that. Okay. Now tell me, what is the bean ID in this example?
JDBC template.
JDBC template. Is it mandatory that the bean method name is JDBC template only, or can I use my own method names also?
We can use our own method name also.
But because of some conventions, am I changing that or not?
Yes.
Yeah. So are you guys comfortable with the concept of developing a factory classes or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. After developing this factory class, I want to use JDBC template in my project. Okay. How do we use it? Simple. Create one instance variable. Private JDBC template. JDBC template.
At
Auto void. Okay. If I do like that, automatically Spring is going to give the object or not?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts on this code?
No.
Okay. Now I forgot to show you this demonstration here. Now I'll go a little more deeper. Okay. Do one thing. Go to this code. I have developed a factory class, but I forgot to add this configuration. But using @bean, do you think that code will work or code will not work?
Code will not work.
Will not work.
Okay. Verify that. Go to app.java. Run as Java application. Yeah. Code got failed or not?
Yes.
Yes.
It says that no qualifying bean of type
Employee is available.
employee is available. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now tell me why. So is it when you're developing a factory class, is it mandatory that on top of this we have to use that configuration now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
First,
sir.
the factory class itself, we should make it as a Spring Bean.
Can I remove this bean annotation?
No, we have to
No.
have it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have
Mandatory to have that bean also. Okay, but verify that. Go to app.java. Run as Java application. So now also says that I don't know about employee class. So mandatory on top of this also we have to use one annotation called as @bean.
bean.
Okay. Now one question here. Go to app.java. Remove this. Okay. Okay. Totally how many programs I have developed here? Close all. Address.java. Employee factory.java. Don't count employee.java. Why we should not count employee.java?
That is predefined class.
Yes.
Yeah. Somebody else has given me. That's the reason you should not count that. Two classes I have developed. Address.java, employee factory.java, and app.java is available. In app.java, what is the code I'm writing? Only to create the
Container.
Container.
container object. Now tell me, if I run this code, do you think that employee object will be created?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Why do you think that employee object will be created?
As it
Factory
is,
class.
employee factory is Spring Bean.
Yeah, employee factory is Spring Bean. So whenever employee factory object is getting created, immediately will create what object?
Employee object.
Employee object also.
Show me that it is creating employee object. Prove it.
Use in
Can we have a
constructor.
constructor in employee
Yes.
class?
Yeah. Okay. I think I have already having it right. Yeah,
Yes.
already I'm having.
Yes.
I'm already
Yeah.
having it.
We can run it now.
Yeah, we can run it now. amp.java, right click, run as Java application. Oh, this object is created or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, first question. When I make this bean as a string bean, what is the default scope they have taken?
Singleton.
Singleton or prototype?
Singleton.
Singleton. Very good. Why default scope they have taken? Come on here, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
They have taken default scope. No. I don't want the default scope. I want to change the scope for this particular employee. For this employee, I want to make that as
Prototype.
prototype.
Head scope annotation.
Okay, 1 minute. Is this technique possible in import annotation or not possible?
Not possible.
Not possible.
That is the reason we should not use import. So help me. I want to use that annotation here and I want to practice that.
Head scope.
At scope. Okay, scope of scope name. Hey, directly I can use this, but we already discussed that. It's not a good
Yes.
practice, right?
Yes.
Yeah, scope name. When I keep the mouse cursor itself, I'm getting the appropriate values here. So I need to select configurable bean factory of prototype. I have to select. Okay. So now let us do on this. Scope name is equal to
Configurable bin factory.
configurable bean factory dot
Prototype.
For prototype.
prototype. Okay. So do you think that if I run this code, is it going to create the employee object or they'll not create the employee object?
It will not create.
They'll not
They will
create
not
it.
create.
They'll not create. Okay. Right click, run as Java application. Oh, 1 minute. See a problem here. What are we doing here?
You're returning an employee object.
Hitting
So
Manually create.
Manually created that object. So that is the reason you see this message. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let's watch this. Container dot get bean of employee dot class. First time we are creating the object, we are giving to Spring Bean or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Container dot get bean of employee dot class. Control 1. Employee 2. Container dot get bean of employee dot class. Control 1. Employee 3. Now tell me, what is your expectation? Do you think that are we going to get multiple objects or we are going to get only one object?
Multiple
multiple objects.
Run as Java application. Are we able to get the multiple objects or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
3
Okay.
times
So
because
now-
of one we already.
This one is because we are manually creating the object giving to container, right?
Yes, sir.
Because of that reason. No, you should not count that. Okay. Now tell me, are we able to achieve the scope also or not?
Yes,
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Do you think that can I achieve other attributes also? Being auto-wire, name, init method, destroy method, auto-wire can we achieve all of them also or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So are you comfortable with the concept?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. When do we go for factory classes? That's very important to me.
When we
Those
want
classes.
to get control on the scope, and when there is the mandatory dependencies, like when we have to invoke them other than zero constructor.
Third
When we are using a third-party class which is not Spring Boot,
party
then-
classes.
then
Yes.
we use Spring Boot,
Mandatory we have to go with
factory method.
factory methods. So yeah, are you comfortable with the concept now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very frequently we use this topic in course from now onwards. Without this topic, I cannot write the code. Okay, especially with
JDBC.
annotations. Not only JDBC, all. Whenever I'm using annotations, mandatory to use this. Are you guys comfortable with the concept?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Or anything you want, anything else you want?
Sir, in annotation, generally, multiple times object is not created.
What multiple times?
When we are calling getBean, the same object is returned every time in
Because of scope. What is the default scope in annotations?
singleton.
Okay, how to make that? I said every time if you want to create a new object, how to make that?
Prototype.
Prototype.
How to use prototype?
Scope equal to value
Prototype.
prototype.
Prototype. Scope is equal to value equal to double quotes of prototype.
Prototype.
If you do a prototype, is it going to create multiple objects and they'll give you or not?
Yes, sir.
No, you have to use it. But which one, generally, which one is better? Singleton is better or prototype is better in a project?
Singleton only.
Singleton. 99.99% of the times we'll use singleton because with one object only we'll be able to complete most of the tasks, most of the work.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you just change that, it will work. Okay. If you don't have any questions, yeah, I will move on to the next topic. Can we?
Yes.
Sir, can you show me once util.java?
Yeah, 1 minute.
Just 1 minute, sir. I'll take a pic.
Yeah, you can take a pic.
Okay, so. Oh,
Yeah, okay. Any more questions?
Sir, do a scenario like this come up? Like say employee class has two different constructors. One is 2 argument constructor, other is a 3 argument constructor.
Okay.
So in those
manually you are going to supply the values here, right? Who is creating that object?
We are creating the object.
When you create the object, you decide. You have to take care of it.
Which constructors we have to call?
Yeah, which constructors we have to call.
But say if I want one object with a 2 argument constructor, another object with 3 arguments constructor.
Write one more bean also.
Okay, another bean.
Create another bean tag, right?
Okay, I get you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Sir, before moving to the next topic, I want to clear. Okay, not related to the course here, not related to the Spring, related to the outside example. Okay. Generally, what the problem I'm facing now is, yesterday, by the time your class is over and by the time I started office work, evening 5 o'clock, just like that, verified my emails here. Okay. There are 150 emails are there from different people saying that send me recording, send me recording, send me recording. And what I observe is whoever the people are attending the class, they are only requesting the same recordings again every day. It has become a big mess up for me here. Okay. One simple example I'll tell you. Let us generalize example I'm telling you. If you look at the person like Geeta, she is in US. Geeta, what is your time right now there?
For me, it's midnight, sir. 2:36.
2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. 2:30. Midnight 2:30. She is listening to class. You know one thing? She is asking me very frequently videos. 1 time or 2 times she is asking me. Now, we are in the afternoon, India time. And daily we want the video means how difficult for me to share here. 150 emails, if I want to reply, it is taking more than 1.5 hours, 2 hours of my time to reply it. And moreover, people are sending me gentle reminders. Yesterday, everyone is sending gentle reminder. You know, one fellow has requested for a video at night 11:30. Next day morning, 9 o'clock, he is expecting me to send email. I'm not doing a community service here, man. If you want videos from now onwards, please get in touch with admin. They will provide. Don't send me an email to me. If really you miss 1 or 2, yeah, send me. You know one thing, that Anita and Geeta, they are from US. It's midnight for them, 2 o'clock. Very frequently, I see a request from them. Even if they ask me daily, I feel happy to send them. The reason is, midnight 2 o'clock is not an easy task for them, right? You just check it up here. I'll show you my emails. See, okay. You just checked up on mails. Okay, leave yesterday. This mark indicates it's a reply. Reply. You just see that. Almost every email, apart from Zoom, am I replying or not? You know, comedy, I don't mind. Okay. I'll show you an email. I don't want to show the person name. Problem is, you know, Angular course is completed last Saturday. Yesterday, one fellow has sent me an email. Please share Monday, Tuesday's Angular class. You understand? Course completed on last Saturday, yeah.
Yes, sir.
He sent reminders also. I didn't receive it. Can you please make sure that you send it? What make sure? Where are the videos? Please, man. We are not doing a comedy track here. Seriously, I'm listening to everyone and I'm trying to answer it. From now onwards, only for a few people who are in US, they send me an email. Or who are really doesn't attend the class, send me an email. I'll give you. But for a comedy track, don't send me an email and saying that reply it. I'm telling you, yesterday, really to reply to those emails, I got a headache. And that's the reason I'm not able to take the React.js class. For everything, there is a limit, man. One fellow has told me like this, why do you want, I've replied him, why do you want the video? No, I'll download and I keep it in future. If I want, I'll refer it. What is that nonsense answer here? From now onwards, if you want, really, if you didn't attend the class, please get in touch with Satyam. He will share you. Okay, people who are staying really late night and where it's difficult for you, send me an email. I'll reply to that. Really genuine cases, send me. I don't have any problem in replying it. But sending a gentle reminders and saying that I didn't receive it, can you please follow up with this? I do have office work, man. Yeah, come on. Yeah. Go to employee factory class here. So are you guys comfortable with these factory classes now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So from now onwards, we can take care of the factory classes. Okay. So let's do one thing. Now, let's move on to another important topic. Okay. Called as property files. This one also we are going to use extensively in a project. Okay. So try to learn that properly. Okay. Do you think that one minute here, I'm just replying to this. Okay. Let us say, do you really recommend to hard code the values or we should not hard code the values into the code? Let us say, I want to supply some values to this address here. Okay. Let us say, I have something called as a private string state. Okay. On top of this state at value. Of double quotes of, let us say, TS. So really, do you recommend to hard code like this or we should not hard code?
We should not hard code.
Then where we have to write these values and where we have to read?
Properties file.
Property files. Okay. So now let us do one thing. Let us learn about, okay, are we using, okay, let's do one thing. Let me delete the complete workspace and do that. Are we using a Spring project? Are we using a Java project?
Spring project.
Spring project.
Yeah. If it is a Spring project, okay, really do you think that, do I need to write the code to read the content from property file? Are we expecting Spring only to give some classes to read the content from the property files?
We're expecting Spring has to give some classes to read the
Read
properties.
some property files.
Property files. Okay. So now, okay, generally, what is the behavior you observed with Spring here? Most of the times, Spring will give you interfaces or Spring will give you the classes.
Interfaces.
Most of the times, Spring will give you interfaces. If you look at the container concept also, container also, are they giving interface? Are they giving a class here?
They have given interface.
Interface.
Sir. Containers, we have already discussed, right?
Yes, sir.
Spring container. How do we create a Spring container? A class.
Like
which
A
provides
class
the
that implements Abstract.
Application context.
Either application context. What is application context? Is application context is an interface, or application context is a class?
Interface.
Interface.
Okay. Then what about Bean Factory? Interface or a class? Interface. Okay. What about most of them? Like, even if you discuss about class path resource, file system resource, are they interfaces or are they classes?
Classes.
They are classes.
They are classes, right?
Classes.
So most of them are
Interface.
come on here.
No.
Class path resource, file
That's
system resource.
classes. Those are
They are
classes.
classes. But those classes are also from where?
Spring only.
Thing only.
Spring only. Those classes also internally inherit uses.
Application context. Interface.
Application context in
Do you
interface.
guys remember another interface called as a resource interface? Resource
Yes.
interface.
Yes.
Yes.
In the reflection.
No, not reflection. A resource is an interface.
Class path and file system, they are two other implementation.
Oh, yes.
Two other implementation classes or not?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So tell me. So most of the times, if you look at those any class, the classes are not directly available. Most of the time, those classes are inheriting from or using interfaces or not.
Yes, sir.
Now answer. In case of Spring also, if I want to read the content from the property file, even to read the content from the property file also, are we going to use interface or are we going to use some class?
Interface.
Interface.
Okay. So now tell me, most of the times Spring is trying to give you interfaces, right?
Interfaces. Yes, sir.
Even to read the contents from property file also, Spring has given one important interface called as message resource. What is the interface name?
Message resource.
Message resource is an interface. So by using message resource interface, we are going to read the content from the property file. Okay. So really, do I need to write the code or no need to write the code?
No need to write the code, sir.
No need to write the code. They only has provided one interface. Okay. Now tell me, if they provide an interface, do you think that do I need to provide the implementation or Spring only provide the implementation?
Spring only will provide the implementation for Mesos.
Spring only provide the implementation. Okay. But unfortunately, I am not aware of what are those implementation classes and everything here. Can you help me to find the implementation classes and use it?
Go to
Yes, sir.
Spring
Go to
API.
API.
Yeah.
API documentation. 1 minute. Spring
5 API.
5 API.
Click on the first link.
Click on the first link.
Control F.
Yeah. Control F.
Resource. Message. What's that name?
Message resource.
Message resource. 1 minute. It's getting typed. Message resource.
Message resource.
Message source.
Message source. 1 minute. Control F. Message source. Yeah, there are so many things are there here. In that, we are choosing an interface called as message source. So tell me,
Classes.
message source is a interface. Now, inside that, what is this?
Implementation
classes.
classes.
Implementation classes. Only one implementation class or so many implementation classes?
So many implementation
Many.
classes.
Okay, I will show some of them implementation classes here. 1 minute. I want to see message. 1 minute.
Resource bundle message source.
Yeah, resource bundle message source. Yeah.
And that one.
Yeah,
there
this
too.
one.
Just
Yeah. Resource bundle message source is a class which provides the
Implementation of message source.
Interface.
message source. Okay, that is one. Next thing I'll show you. One more is also important for me. Read this.
Class path XML application context.
Oh, what is the class path XML application context?
It's
XML.
to create the container object.
Yes.
Oh,
XML.
do you think that is container also provided the implementation to resource bundle message source interface or not?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, class path XML application context, file system also will be there. Okay, that is not important. Hey, read this annotation also. This one also you know very well.
Annotation.
Annotation config application context.
Oh, annotation config application context also provides the implementation of
Message source.
interface.
message source interface. Okay, now, okay, one quick question here. Do you think that by using container dot, whatever the methods available in resource bundle message source, do you think that can I directly call those?
Yes, sir. We can call.
Yeah, okay, I'll do one thing. Let me go a little more deep here. Message source is an interface. Come down.
Methods.
There are so many methods are there. Okay, one of the important method. What is the method name here?
Get message.
Get message. So get message is a method available in message source. Do you think that can I call this get message on annotation config application context?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, can I call that method by using resource bundle message source also?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do one thing. Let me explain how are we going to work with this. Okay, sir. Resource bundle message source is a class which really read the contents from property files. Okay, so tell me, who is going to really read the contents from the property files?
Resource bundle message source.
class.
Resource bundle message source is a class which really read the contents from
Property file.
Property file.
property files, right? Okay, but after it read, these objects are used by class path XML application context. You understand? Reading work. Okay, this is something like this. One generalized example. Leave all of them. How can I give this example? Okay, let me take one generalized example. But you should not feel hurt here. Generalized example in the form of generalized only. Okay, let us say at the time of elections, okay, without taking money, are we going to vote or will not vote? Come on here.
If they give for free, we should take it.
Yeah, very good. They are giving for free only money. Okay, one question here. One generalized example. I have a relative in my native place here. Okay, so generally what happens is last time elections, okay, only for a constituency, okay, you know, per candidate, per person, he has given around 6,000 or 2,000 rupees he has given here. First attempt, 2,000 rupees he has given. There are more than 8 lakh people are there in the constituency, multiplied by 8 lakh. Okay. Oh, not this much amount here, not maybe 4-5 lakhs. Totally, he has invested 40 crores for elections here. Okay. So now, one point what I want to tell you is, generally, they will feel that as a business. 40 crores he has invested here. Okay. So after investing some money, do we need to get back our money or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now what is happening is 40 crores people we have given to the people. Now he has become an MLA. Now what people are asking is, people are asking road, people are asking water, people are asking all the stuff here. How do we get to give it, man? Already you've taken the money or not? See, generally, if I give this money for 2 rupees interest, you know, in 3 years, it will become 80 crores. Okay. In 6 years, it will become 160 crores. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
So before I complete my term of 5 years, at least, do I need to get my money back or not?
Yes, we should
Yes.
get money.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's a business here. It's a business, right? So now, but what people are asking is, people are asking water, people are asking road and all. Is it possible to give or not possible to give?
Not possible to give.
Not possible to give. So next time, don't worry about it. Next time, not 2,000. We'll give 3,000 per person to vote. Maybe it will become 60 crores. Right?
Yes.
So what I want to tell to the people is, so if you take the money, don't ask for work
Service.
to be done. Service. Okay, you don't tell me saying that, no, I have not taken. Maybe you have not taken. But Your father might have taken or your mother might have taken, right? They're more interested. Okay, one simple example I'll tell you here. One of my friend has purchased a land in my native place for 2 crores. Okay. His father has voted by taking money 2,000 rupees. He has taken vote. Okay. Now the price of this property has become not 2 crores, 30 lakhs.
Wow.
Oh,
Too good or not?
no, very bad.
Very bad.
No. 2,000 rupees every month here. Very good deal.
No.
Come on here. See, I sincerely, See, my next target is I want to become an MLA or MP here. That's a target. I sincerely request the people, every election, take the money from the people. Okay, whenever elections are come, take the money. Okay, enjoy. The 10,000, 20,000 is a big money for you. So you can enjoy a lot throughout your life. We don't want jobs. Okay. Right? Go on. Yeah, same concept here. There are 2 parts here. First part is, first party is like resource bundle, message source. He is really responsible. Read the content from property file. Once if we read the content from property file, our application context will read it from where?
From resource bundle message.
Message source. So really you don't need to write huge amount of code. Okay. You have to do only one thing. You just configure this bean. After you configure this bean, then with the help of application context, can we get those objects or not? Can we read the content from the property file or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hope you understand the concept. Every time, do I need to read the content from the resource bundle message source, or configure resource bundle message source for one time, and after that, read it from application context.xml file? Agreed?
Yes.
Okay, I know. Guarantee if I explain theory like this, you'll not understand. Let's set up this environment. Quick. I have deleted the workspace. Okay. Now start the work. First, what we need? Do we need the context object or not? Spring Bean.
Yes.
Help me. Let's go to Chrome. Spring context Maven dependency. Okay. Meanwhile, Java compiler plugin, Maven plugin. Okay, we are ready with both of them. 5.2.8. Do you see any difference here? What is the latest version of Spring?
2.7.
5.2.7. Until yesterday, what is the version?
0.6.
6.
They keep on releasing the new versions here. Now see here, whenever I see it, what Sari is doing?
It's
Downloading again.
Downloading again. Okay. So it's a one-time activity here. Hey, instead of build, can I use, instead of build, can I get these properties also?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's more easy. So let me place here. Okay, Java 8. Sorry, made a mistake.
Properties. Just
I've
copy
copied
the
all here.
tags.
Just here, tags. Copied the 2 tags. Control Shift F. Yeah. So Java 1.8. That's also fine for me here. Anything is fine. Sir, where do we recommend to place the configuration files in a Spring here? If configuration files are there,
In resource
Source
folder.
folder.
resource folder. Property files also recommended to place in the resources folder. Okay. New source folder.
Folder.
Browse
SRC.
SRC main.
Main.
Yeah. Click on /resources. Okay. Inside that, you create a property file with any name. Right click, new, other, file. Okay. Let me make this as a file. Make the name as msg.properties, messages.properties. Okay. Okay. Inside the property file, we'll have the data like a key and value pane. Welcome is the key name. Now, message is like welcome to Spring Framework. Okay. So now, if it is a pure Java program, I need to write the code to read the contents from
Properties file.
property file. But is this a Java code or is this a Spring?
Spring.
Okay. If it is a Spring, which class is responsible to read the content from this particular property file? You already know the class name.
Resource bundle message source.
Resource bundle message source. But resource bundle message source is a Spring Bean. Okay. Tell me, if it is a Spring Bean, how do we use a Spring Bean?
At
Autowide. At autowide.
Yes.
But okay. Now do one thing. Control Shift T. Okay. Search for the class. Resource bundle message source.
Yes.
Yeah, it's available here. Resource bundle message. Sorry,
No,
No.
sir.
Autowide.
No, sir.
At configuration.
No, we cannot.
Factory class.
We have to use create a factory class and factory method.
Yes.
Factory class we have to create. Now, do you understand why I have explained that story now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now to read the content from property files, hey, this is also a lengthy process. There is one more shortcut available. We'll see that shortcut later point of time. So I want to use a class resource bundle message source in my project. If I want to do that, what I have to do is I need to develop a factory class. You guys has to take care of that factory class. Quick.
Resource bundle message source factory. On top of that, at configuration.
Yeah, very good.
Create a factory method. Resource bundle message source.
The resource bundle message source.
Resource bundle message source.
No. Yeah.
With camel.
Okay, there is a small. No. There is a small catch here. Okay. Generally, if container want to use any bean, if container want to call any bean, what they have to do? Do you think that they need to call with an ID or not?
Yes.
Yes.
With ID.
With ID. But unfortunately, if I'm going to write the code to call this, I have to write ID. But in this example, application context, when you directly call resource bundle message source, means internally application context has fixed one ID for this particular bundle. The fixed ID is this.
Message source.
Says source.
Message source.
Okay.
Okay. So now tell me, is it mandatory that any ID is fine or ID is fixed?
ID is fixed. Message source.
Right. May I know the reason why ID is fixed?
As
This
it is
continues
interface
We
name.
only get
As it
Interface.
interface name.
Container is calling.
No,
with the
interface
ID.
name is fine. Interface name is fine. But why they are fixed this name? That's my question.
Container will only recognize that bin with that ID only.
Who is going to call this bean? Am I container? will automatically call.
container
Container.
already fixed with that
Container
name.
will call.
That ID.
Container has fixed this ID. That is the reason mandatory we have to use a bean ID called as.
Message source.
Don't worry. I'm going to explain that. Okay. Tomorrow also I'll explain that. Inside that, create the object. New
Resource bundle
resource
message source.
bundle message source. Okay. Create the object. I'll give the name RBS, resource bundle RBMS. Easy to write. But I don't like this name here. You have to use the lengthy names. RBMS. Okay, fine. But did we specify where to read the property file or we have not specified?
We have
Yeah,
not
no.
specified.
No, we have not specified any path.
We are not specified. We have to do that. RBMS dot
BMS dot get
set
message.
base
Set
name.
name. Okay.
What is it? Set base name of your property file name. You have to specify. What is your property file name here?
MSG dot properties.
MSG. No need to specify dot properties. Only they're asking base name. Base name. What is the base name here?
MSG.
MSG. Just specify that. MSG. Now, on top of this, you set
At
what?
bean.
At
At
bean.
bean.
At bean. Okay. And do I need to return a value also or not?
Yes. Written RBMS.
RBMS. Are we clear?
Yes.
So we have done that. Okay. Now question doubt. This is the configuration task I have completed here. Now do you think that can I go to app Java? Can I create a container object now?
Yes.
Okay. If I create the container object, do you think that, I have forgot one more utility class here.
Oh, sorry.
Util.java. On top of util, what we need?
It components scan.
At component scan.
At component scan. Now leave this part. Okay. Can you help me to create a container object here?
New annotation config
New
application
annotation
context.
Annotation config application context of, what is the name I have to specify?
Util.class.
Util.class. Who will store in a variable like application context here. For my easy purpose, directly I'm storing in the variable of container here. Okay.
Okay.
Already I have explained how do we typecast on all of them, right?
Yes.
You take care of that. Container.close.
Close.
Now, do you think that can I get?
Container dot.
Can I directly call the method or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Container
Dot
which
get
method?
message. Get message.
Get message. Directly I'm calling. Okay. What is message name available in the property file? Well, just try that. Are we
Yes, sir.
able to read the content from the property file or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sir, what you have to check is, you have to check like this. This one is already done in a project. If someone has already done, is this code is easy code or a complex code?
Easy, sir.
Easy code. That is what you have to check. Are we clear?
Yes.
Yeah, this is one way. This is a bad way. This one more better way is there. Okay. In tomorrow's session, first off, I'll repeat this again. We will discuss how it is working. Okay. And after that, we will go to the next approach of processing the same property file. Yes. Are you comfortable with the property files as of now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Please practice and come in tomorrow's session. Tomorrow we'll discuss about this mechanism first. After that, I'll discuss about second mechanism of property files. Okay. We'll see in tomorrow's session. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah.
You said Angular batch is completed, right? When the new batch is started, sir?
Actually, I'm going to start a new data science batch at that time. Okay, I'm planning to start that. I'll let you know. I'll talk to admin and then we'll start immediately.
Okay, sir. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, one doubt, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, your can you show that code, sir, once? Resource bundle message source code.
Yeah, sure. 1 minute. I'll do one thing. You want the code step by step, or you want to go in a regular manner? Any doubt?
Can you show step by step?
I have a doubt in that resource.
Yeah, I'll give you 1 minute. Okay, I'll discuss that. Okay, anyone want this pick pom.xml file, or you're okay with this?
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Next step, message.properties. If anyone want, take the pick.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Anyone want util.java?
No, sir.
Okay. Then take the resource bundle message source.
Sir, in this, we are writing rbms.set base name of message, right?
Yeah.
Can we write this message in app.java after by getting the resource bundle message source bean?
Tomorrow we are going to see that.
Okay, sir.
So generally we should not do that. How many times you want to read the content of the property file? Only one time, or you want to read it for every time?
Only one time.
Okay. How do you make sure that read it only one time?
Single time.
It should be read by application context. I mean container.
Yeah. Container. So if I write like this, it is going to read for one time. But if you write this code inside app.java, container.get message of resource bundle message source, and then you set this bean, then what will happen? How many times when it is going to read? Problem or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it has to be read only one time. Okay, tomorrow I'll explain that. Don't worry.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
If anyone want app.java, you can take it. Okay, we'll see in tomorrow's session.